feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double X.
Positive Power 21.org Internet Radio.
You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. You're listening to Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hey, my name is Davis and I'm from Haiti, but I live in Dominican Republic. I'm here, Positive Power 21, Royce Live Worldwide.
That's right, you tell them, little buddy, you tell them what's going on, family, what's up, welcome to Positive Power, Double XI Christian Media. Hope everybody doing great tonight, and welcome, man, it's Monday. I'm feeling good, man. My football team won and everything. But let me try to get Facebook up and running. I think something going on with Facebook. But hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, just let us know. I think it's I've been having a couple bugs in my system lately. Must be a virus. All right, there we go. I think we got it now. All right, let's get Shay on the line. And what's going on, Miss Shay? How you feeling?
I feel good. I should say that. I'm good.
That's right.
I got a good job. I'm good. And my bills are paid, I'm good. And my family's good. My health is good. I thank God that I'm good.
Amen. God is good.
That's how I answer everybody. I'm good.
That's right. Put it out there. You got to put it out there. Keep it positive. That's what it's all. That's what we're trying to keep the planet balanced right now. You know, so much going on, you know, on the West Coast is just a burning and then, on the East Coast, we got great weather. You know, people are exercising and getting outside. So we got to keep this balance going on. I don't know what's going on in China and Hong Kong and in Russia, all them places, but I just know we got some great weather going on here and I'm loving it. It's my birthday month. Batman feeling it.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide, a.k.a. the Batman. You turned about, what, 29?
Very young. I turned very young. I'm feeling good, though. I feel like I can get back on the courts. I almost forgot the name of it. It's been so long.
Don't you try it.
I played, I didn't play this year, but I did play some last year when Brandon was directing a youth Sunday youth program, and they used to have get-togethers on Sunday at the gymnasium because this church had a gymnasium, and I was running a little bit, not hard, you know, playing below the rim, you know, no more above the rim. It's kind of different playing below the rim. So this is what it's like to be short.
Bring the basketball court down just a little bit for you.
Yeah, it's been a little different, you know. I said, so this is what it's like to play short, you know, when you can't jump. You know, you play below the rim. Yeah, they didn't like that too much. You got to chase the ball more when you play below the rim. They feel like doing that.
And so football started up. Everyone's like, you guys are just in it. You guys are just in it. All I see is everyone's watching football. Everyone's talking football.
Yes.
So there seems to be just a little bit of fall action happening now.
That's right.
I'm excited because Halloween wars, bacon wars are back on. You know, I feel like regular life is happening right now. So I watch a lot of Food Network. So Halloween wars, bacon wars, all that, pumpkin wars, all that's back on for the fall.
That's
so
right.
I'm excited.
And this is when Dunkin' Donuts released the pumpkin muffin is back out. Right, came out the weekend of my birthday. My wife, she knew that's what I wanted. I really didn't need no cake and nothing like that. I just like my no sugar Klondike and my hot coffee and my pumpkin muffin, and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper.
Oh, you know, I'm going to try that. I'm going to have to try that. I'm not a pumpkin person. Like, I don't like pumpkin spice creamer or anything like that, but I do like a good pumpkin pie or, like, anything pumpkin cake-ish.
Yeah.
So, I have had a pumpkin cheesecake before.
Yeah, I heard that's good. Yeah, I heard that's good. I think I had that before. I can't remember where, but it was really good. But, I'm happy about our guest tonight, Miss Tomika Reid. She's actually helping us out with Positive Nation and the Skeet Jones, you know, the puppet TV show. We're so excited about that. She's one of our, matter of fact, she's part of the first episode. We almost ready to release our 4 episodes to the television stations. I just need to get the intro together. I'm still working on that. I got an idea, but you know, Still working on that. And shout out to us. Well, I'm gonna just say Suave Colino. I think that's what he called himself, but we called him Saad Morel all this time, and he told me a new name. And also shout out to 4G. Yeah, they were here hanging out with the Batman on Saturday. We did a little bit of remote television with Skeet Jones, our TV puppet, and we had some fun. We did release it out there. We're going to be using some of the segments on MVP Jams. A lot of you guys have been watching our Periscope program, which the numbers are climbing too. Get a chance to see all independent music videos 24/7. Y'all like music television, but indie gospel artists and indie Christian hip hop. And others too. So we're going to include all the clean stuff. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So Tomika is actually going to be part of the first episode. I'm so excited. Eternal's going to be helping us with that. She has a young son named J2. He is so funny. This guy's
that's going to be amazing. How come you didn't get Yolanda's son?
She didn't send me nothing. I put it out there that we looking for home movies. Yeah, we looking for home movies, but I mean, I know other people who got funny kids too. I was hoping that someone would come to the studio, but of course, we can't do any of that stuff right now because of the pandemic. But once all that is over, we're gonna be filming our puppet shows here because I actually have a theater here. So everything the brakes just been pumped. We can't do everything yet, so we gotta find other ways. But we're excited about the storytellers, though. We got some African Americans and other people too. Everybody, all matter. Have some wonderful books. I have gotten a lot of home movies have come in where people are reading their stories. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We're ready to put out the full episodes. It's just I'm just working on the intro right now. That's what holding me up.
I can't wait to see what you come up with and to talk with our guests.
Yeah, you ready? Yeah, let's just say hi to Tomika. I talked to Tomika on the phone before. Hey, Tomika, how you doing? Welcome to Late Night.
I am good. I'm good. How are you? Especially Miss Shay. She's like,
hi, Miss Shay.
Yeah, y'all sound a lot alike. Y'all sound a lot alike. I can't tell the difference.
Like, yes.
You can hear that is actually my single, and it has been It seriously has been an amazing song for it. It was coined the what was it coined, Jay?
The 2020 theme song?
The morning anthem. It was coined the morning anthem. So people get up, you'll have to hear the whole thing, but it's so funny. And the video has a pandemic specific drop in it as well. But yes, so it was coined the yes, definitely. So you heard me say it. So people ask me, I just say I'm from up north. So that's what we say. I'm good.
That's right. I'm good.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true. Because that's where I'm from.
That's right. So we get up.
Same thing. I'm good.
They say, you hungry? I'm good. You need some money? I'm good.
No, I said, no, I'll take some. No, I'll turn away no money. I'm not good. Hook me up.
You know how grandma used to ask, honey, you okay? You need some money? And you like, oh, no, grandma, I'm good.
I said, hook me up, grandma. No, I say, hook me up, grandma.
Oh, goodness. You was that guy.
That's right. Hook me up, grandma.
Yeah.
All right, look, you guys go ahead and have a great show. We'll be talking real soon. And I'm right here if y'all need me. Amen.
Thank you.
Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the late night show, Jerry Royce, with your co-host Shay Samuels. I'm excited to be with you for another Monday. I do want to give a great big shout out to Paula G, Voice Lady Wisdom After Midnight, who is taking a break. We love you, we miss you, and we can't wait until you come back. So that everyone can hear your voice. But she's getting some well-needed rest. Y'all know she's out there doing her thing. So shout out to Paula G. Tonight, we have a very, very special guest. Now, Jerry had already given some backstory to this young lady, but I'm going to allow her to do us some justice. I can't do it any justice. I have the bio, but I'm going to go ahead and allow her to give her own testament of who she is and what she wants you guys to know. So, Ms. Tomika, I'm just going to say it again. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I am
See
good.
how natural that was. I'm good. So let the listening audience know who you are and what you are all about.
Well, my name is Tomika Reid. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I currently reside in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a single mom, a self-published author of 3 books. I am currently working on my 4th book, which is a children's book. So that'll be my 2nd children's book. Yay! So I'm excited about that. It's in the illustration stages. So I'm working on that, and then I'll be coming out. I have plenty of books that I want to put out. You know, I am a person who loves to inspire people. I try my best to get on social media every day to inspire people with my quotes and poems, you know, just to keep them uplifted, especially during this time with this pandemic and stuff going on. You know, there has been a lot of losses, you know, and a lot of stress going on in people's lives, and I just want to keep them, you know, uplifted and encouraged to let them know, like, hey, listen, it's going to be okay. It's going to get better. Don't give up. Keep pushing, and know that, you know, your situation is not going to be the same always. Things will change. Yeah. It will get better, you know. And so that's, you know, I just love inspiring people. You know, I love when someone say, thank you, you know, you made my day, because if I'm able to make your day and make you smile, you know, it just makes me feel so much better. I feel like, you know, I'm walking in my purpose. I'm doing what it is that God put me here to do. And, you know, there was a time when I didn't know what my purpose was. Growing up, I used to write poems and songs, but never did anything with it until I lost my 2nd daughter's father. And I was like, you know what, I got to do something with my writing. Then I kept getting confirmations. And so I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and start writing. And I did. I started writing for my memoir, pushed the memoir to the side. My daughter used to run back and forth to the window thinking that she saw her father, but of course he was deceased. It used to scare me, but then I had this story in my mind, and I just wrote it out on paper. Felt like the story was just there and it just needed to be written out. And so I did that, called my daughters in a room, and I read the story to them. They seemed interested. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this story into a children's book to help a child cope with the loss of a loved one. And so that was my first book. And I'm glad that I listened, you know, and I know that was nobody but God steering me the right way to go ahead and put this children's book out, you know, before the memoir. And so that's what I did. So the children's book was my first book. I published my 2nd book, which is my memoir. That book basically shares my story. It talks about the things that I've been through that pushed me to the point to where I wanted to give up, but I never did because of my faith in God and my 2 daughters. And so through my story, I just want people to know, like, hey, I went through all of these things, but I'm here, I'm still standing. And so no matter what you're going through, you can be here and still stand too, and know that you are not alone, because we all go through things in life. Sometimes people are afraid to share what they go through, but they don't realize that if you share it, you don't know who you can help, you know. And I had to realize that, because I had so much bottled up inside of me, and I knew that I needed to let it out. And so I'm glad that I did, because when I was driving for Lyft, I used to drive for Lyft, and I didn't know how much my story has made an impact on others until I started seeing people in my backseat crying. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm not sharing my story for you to cry, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me, you know. But kind of find out as I continue to do it and continue to see it, I realized, like, they're not crying because of my story. They're crying because they can relate. And so it gave me purpose to want to get out there and drive. It wasn't even about the money anymore. I just enjoyed
it was ministry
people.
In itself.
Yes, absolutely. And I had people telling me that, like, this is your own ministry in your car. And I was like, you know what, this is so true, because I was inspiring people. People were sharing stories with me that they hadn't even told anyone. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I cannot believe this. But it was a purpose. And I was so glad that God allowed me to experience that. You know, I had people telling me, oh, I need a copy of this book. And I was selling more books while driving than I did online. And I was
so
like, oh, my gosh.
Let me stop you there, because here's the thing. You know, what most people don't realize, you said something so pivotal. What most people don't realize is we see the way that mainstream people, you know, are doing it. We see that books are being sold and people are just going online, and we're expecting it to happen that way. But the way God deals with us on this level, where we don't want to be, mainly is the place that God needs us to be in order for us to do the ministry that we're called to do. So I am so appreciative of you saying that. In the lift of your car, in the car that you were in doing Lyft, driving for Lyft, here you have people. I used to say this when I was working in a customer service environment. I used to hear pastors saying that they were leaving so that they can go to build the church, and they would complain about nobody being there. Every Sunday, nobody showed up. And then I would say, I looked at him one day and I said, you don't see these 500 people in here? You don't see this? So I am appreciative of you saying, listen, I was driving my car for Lyft, and people were going in and out, and I'm just sharing my story. And people, if you're listening to her, you know, when you get in a Lyft or Uber, half those people don't even talk. They just want you to get in and get out. But so I'm appreciative of you sharing that story, but I wanted somebody to catch that tonight, that you will be in what you might consider the lowliest place, or even if it's just a place where you're doing this for recreation, but God will use your ministry if you allow it to be utilized properly. But not only that, she was selling her product. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and so with doing that, I have people saying, make sure you sign it, because when I see you on a big screen, I'm going to say, that was my Lyft driver. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I used to cry. Like, I used to get so emotional, because I'm like, wow, these people are rooting for me. Like, it's like, yes, Tomika, you know. And then, like, I've had people say, you need to go up to Tyler Perry Studios. He needs to hear your story. He needs to make your book into a movie. And I'm be like, I tried. And they're like, well, don't stop trying, because somebody's going to get in your car one day, and that's going to be the right person. But you know what? Since the pandemic happened, I stopped driving for Lyft. I've been home, but I try my best to get on social media. I do these radio shows, you know, just to continue to get myself out there, you know, to continue to get the book sold, because I know that with God, all things are possible. I know He has a plan, so I don't stress it. I don't worry about it. I do miss it, because I love and enjoy inspiring people. I love it, because I love when someone is feeling so much better, you know, because we go through so much. And I know what that feels like, because I've been through so much, you know, dealing with the struggles, you know, being a single mom, dealing with the loss of my first daughter father, my second daughter father, my mother, my sister, my grandmother. Those are the 4 people, you know, that meant so much to me, you know. And so there were plenty of times I wanted to give up, you know, especially when I lost my first daughter father, because that was my first love. I felt safe with him. I felt secure. I felt like nobody can harm me or do anything to me, you know, with him around. And so when I lost him, I just was like, oh my gosh, my life is over, you know. And then not only losing him, like, I had to identify his body in my stairwell, you know. And so that was devastating. It was traumatizing. And although I had a 1-year-old at the time, it was so heartbreaking, because I couldn't even be the mother that I needed to be for her, you know. And I didn't even care that I had a 1-year-old, you know. That's how I was going down. Down. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to do anything, you know. And I'm so happy that I had my mother at the time to instill in me that I needed to be strong for my daughter, because if it wasn't for my daughter, I don't know if I would be here right now, because that's how bad it was. And so I just thank God that I'm here. I'm still standing. And after the loss of my first daughter father, I lost my mother a year later. Me being the oldest, that was hard. You know, it was hard. You know, I wanted to be there for my sisters and brothers. Me and my mom, we didn't have a good relationship growing up, but before she passed away, I just thank God that we became like best friends. We were close. Yeah. So that was amazing for me that I had that chance to be able to make things better with her. And I'm so happy that we had that connection. And a few years after that, I lost my second daughter's father. That was devastating. A couple of years after that, I lost my grandmother. When I was younger, my sister was a year older than me. I also lost her at a young age. So dealing with these losses, I can relate to a person when they say they lost a loved one, you know, and I can relate to what they're going through because it's not easy. Yeah. And, you know, it gets easier, you know, dealing with the pain. But there are days when you think about your loved ones and it's like, oh, my gosh, but it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. It's okay to think about your loved ones because I believe that your loved ones they're always with you, you know. And I just want children to know, see, my children's book, it's not your average children's book. I've had adults fight for themselves. I just want people to know, like, hey, listen, your loved one will always be in your heart. You know, no one is promised tomorrow. I can be on this line today and be gone tomorrow, God forbid. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's life. It's life, you know. And I just want people to know, hey, it's going to be okay. Your loved one will always be with you. And no matter what you go through in life, you got to keep pushing. You got to stay strong and hold on because God got you. And everything is going to be okay. So, so I love inspiring people, you know.
Well, I can actually say, too, that a part of those trials and tribulations that you went through, it also helped you start journaling. And that was a process, I'm sure, was a part of you getting into the writing. So talk to us about the journaling process.
Every time I went through something, I would start writing it down. I would write, and then I would start writing poems and songs, but never, ever did anything with it. I never knew that one day I would become an author. It was never on my mind. Never. I never imagined it. So when I talk about me becoming an author, I always say this is God's plan. This is not my plan because I never imagined it. Never. I always wanted to do hair, open up my own beauty salon. I wanted to do those things, but God had a different plan for me. So with me writing songs and poems, all of that turned into me coming out with 3 books. I'm an author now, a self-published author. And I have the 4th one underway. And this is what I never imagined. But I thank God because I love and enjoy doing what I do. And the fact that I'm able to make people happy with me doing it, that's a plus. So you got to love and enjoy doing what you're doing. It is. I get so excited when I hear people say, you made my day. Well, I needed that. And I'm just like, wow. You know, like this is just so amazing to make the world a better place, one person at a time.
So talk to us about the self-published piece because you said most people are looking nowadays to get their books published. With the pandemic, a lot of people are writing, they're journaling, and a lot of people don't understand the concept of turning what you're writing down, as you did, journaling, turn that into some type of story or workbook or something like that for people to be able to embrace during the pandemic as well. So you became a self-publisher. Why did you choose self-publishing over going somewhere else?
Well, when I first started writing, a friend of mine told me, because at the time He's an author, and this is my friend's cousin. And he said, listen, Ma, if you're gonna self-publish, you're gonna have to put in all the work. Now, I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, so I was calling around, you know, trying to get an editor, publisher. But at the time, they were costing too much. But God put it on my heart, Tomika, you can do this yourself. And when I felt that, and I was like, okay, God, I was like, you know what? I can do it. And that's what made me do it. I was like, you know what? I can do this myself. You know, and I Googled.
I hear residual income.
Yes, I Googled, and it's like once I came out with my children's book, I had got an invite to come out here to Georgia for a book event. And I was like, what? My book is not even a week old. And I'm going to fly out to Georgia? Really? And I did. And I was called to be on the stage to speak.
Wow.
On a panel.
Your gift will make room for you.
I told the lady, you are absolutely right, because I told the lady, the host, I said, I didn't sign up for that. I just signed to have a table and have my books out. So she said, you signed up to be on a panel. I said, I didn't sign up for that. And so my mother friend, she lives out here, and she came to support me. And I was like, oh, my gosh, they want me to get on a panel. And she was like, you can do it. You can do it. I'm going to sit right here, and I'm going to watch you. And I didn't want to deny, I didn't want to say, no, I'm not going to do it. I just was like, okay, God, you tested me right now. I'm going to get up here and do it. You know how shy I am. But I'm going to get up on this stage, and I'm going to do the best that I can. Please don't make me look like a fool. This is something that I am not used to. I don't do this. I am a shy person. I don't like speaking in front of people. I don't do this. And I got up there, and I spoke. And my mother friend, she recorded some of it, and she said, you did good. And I was like, you sure? She was like, yes, you did good. And I was like, ah! I said, I'm not afraid anymore. Thank you, God.
And it's so funny how God to do that, too, because it is the most awkward of places that we have to come out of our comfort zone. And here's the reality. If they never pushed you to do it, if they never put you on the spot to do it, it could have taken years before you did that. So, again, another nugget that she's dropping, if you're listening tonight, another nugget that she's dropping. So she has persevered through a number of things in her life. You heard her talk about her kid's father's death. You heard her talk about her mother's death. I believe you said your grandmother as well.
Yes, and my sister.
Yeah. And yes, and so she has gone through that and then had children that she had to raise, and she's just doing what she loves to do. She loves to encourage people, and she took a tragedy and turned that tragedy around and created books. Not books just like you would regularly read. These books are emphasized by the hurt that she's experienced, by the encouragement that she had to actually put into her children, because, of course, they're young, but they still go through it as well, And so I appreciate that. But then not only did she stop there, she started talking about getting into her car. She's driving for Lyft. Here she is, an author in the making. She's going to be on the billboard. Somebody's going to see her on the billboard. She's autographing books in the list. People, she is autographing books where she is working, and she saw the opportunity to minister. So many people at some point have to humble themselves and understand that God will put us in a place where we are so uncomfortable. But if we realize what we have in front of us, I'm going to be so honest with you and transparent in saying that there's so much freedom and liberty in that alone. I bet when you got out of the car, when you went home, you felt like you were floating on cloud nine.
I did. And you know what? I would come home and share the stories with my daughters. And they would sit and listen. And I'm just trying to teach them, like, hey, listen, don't be afraid. Don't give up. Follow your dreams, your goals, and aspirations, and believe that God will help you along the way. So I would share these stories with them, you know, and it's so amazing because I would keep my books back there just for people to see. It wasn't my intent to sell.
Yeah.
You know, while driving, I had a young lady. She picked up the book and she started reading it. She's like, "Is this you?" And I said, "Yes." And she was like, "Oh my God, Miss Tomika, you did that." And I was like, "Thank you." She was like, "How can I get the book?" And I was like, "Well, it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble online." And she's like, "No, I want it now." I was like, "You want it now?" But I didn't know how. You know, I didn't carry cash or anything. And I was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "Yeah, I'll give this to you." She was like, "Could you please sign it?" And I was like, "Sure." I signed that book, and I was like, "From now on, I'm going to get these books out there."
Yes.
And from that day forward, I was getting them out there, inspiring people, hearing people share stories, crying, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I kept a roll of bouncy paper towels in my bag.
Oh my goodness!
In my bag seat, because I knew, you know, I knew what was going to happen once, you know, I start sharing my story, and then they start talking, you know, and oh my gosh, the stories. I've had grown men crying, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like you don't usually see men crying. They try to be so managed, you know, like I'm not supposed to cry, but I witnessed these things in my car. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, okay, God, you are working.
And they will never forget it. They will never forget that, because here's the thing. When you are doing what you do, even as an artist, when I travel, I take lists a lot, and you never know who you are inspiring. Actually, well, I won't say that, because I was going to say there's a difference between Uber and Lyft for me. But either way, you're getting some sort of service, and you have an opportunity at that point, if you allow it to be an opportunity, either to be ministered to or to minister. For me, I end up finding people who are doing what you do, and it's an opportunity for me to do what I do. But I love how God works in that way, where you have just what that person needs. You have what they desire. You don't know what they're going through when they leave the house. You don't know what they're about to walk into. You don't know, although they're going to the airport or something like that, you don't know what they're going for. You know, here you are talking about coping with a loss, and you don't know half the time people are traveling to even go to funerals, you know. So you may not have thought of it that way, but then when you saw the opportunity, the light bulb went off. So I appreciate that. Author Tomika, with the last couple of minutes that we do have, what encouraging words do you have for the listeners tonight?
I just want to say to my listeners, don't give up. No matter what you go through in life, keep on pushing. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fail, you know, it's okay. Get back up. Try again, and don't worry about it. Just keep on pushing and believe, have faith, because remember, faith is to believe in the things that you cannot see. So therefore, if you need to take that step and see what's around the corner, take that step. Look to see what's around the corner, because you never know what God has in store for you if you don't make that move. So keep pushing, keep the faith, hold on, and never give up. God got you.
You know, I have a song, and it's so funny. I have a song, and it says just that. Hold on, be strong, and never give up. And if I had one of the kids on the song that's singing it, he would sing it for you a lot better than me. But he would sing it. He would sing it. So yeah, I'm actually that's one of my songs. And so you said it just in that order. So yes, hold on, be strong, and never give up. Where can the listeners find you? And if someone is interested in booking you for an event or a speaking engagement, where can they find you?
I am on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as author Tomika Reid. I do have an author's page on Amazon. It's Amazon/author Tomika Reid. And all my books are on there. You can find out other sites that I've been on, radio shows. So, yeah, you can find me on social media and Amazon.
Well, I'm going to be like the lady in the list. I want the book. You're here in Georgia. I'm here in Georgia. I want an autograph. So we're just going to have to meet up.
Yes.
That's how we're going to work that. I want my signed copy, right? I want it, it's my money and I want it now. It's my book and I want it now. It was definitely a blessing for me to get a chance to meet with you tonight and to learn more about you tonight.
Likewise.
Yes, ma'am. And it's exciting. Of course, being up north, it's just exciting to have someone who is from up north as well. I was going to ask you some questions about what it feels like being in Georgia in comparison to up north, but I'm sure we'll have you on again. So I have one more question for you before we go.
Okay.
All right. And you have to say it with a lot of because you've been through a lot. You've overcome a lot. You've encouraged everyone tonight, and you left a lot of nuggets. So when I say this, I want you to say it with all your might. So I'm going to ask you, author Tomika Reid, can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power?
Yes, I can feel the power. Indeed.
Thank you, sis, and I will be in touch with you ASAP. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much.
All right, family, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, you can catch us every Monday starting at 8 o'clock with A Renewed Mind with Dr. Dante Duckett. Following up with the Keisha Mosley Show, then Late Night with Jerry's Live Worldwide with Shay Samuels and Paula G. The Voice. All right? Don't forget to come back Tuesday, y'all. We got Bible study starting at 8 o'clock with Dr. V. So come on out, hang out with us for Bible study. We got Dr. Diane Duckett at 9. That's Wednesday. Tuesday. I forgot about Tuesday night. But we do have the Pearls. That's right, the Pearls with Veronica. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Double Slayer. That's right. And the same day with Dr. V. So come on out and join us. All right? I'm Jerry Rose Live Worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City. Everybody have a good night, and we will see you soon. Don't forget to join us on Periscope with MVP Jam. That's right, 24 hours of music videos. Check it out.